Okay, in the last video we discussed about passing argument to a function by position and by keywords, okay, using keywords. So here we look at an example program. Hope you remember the quadratic formula. Given a quadratic equation of general form ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0, quadratic equation gives the solution of this formula, where minus b plus or minus b squared minus 4ac. Okay. For example, consider the quadratic formula given by a squared minus 4 c equal to 0. This one we can solve without the quadratic formula. We can, because this x term is 0, you can take the constant to the other side, you can take the square root, you get plus or minus 2. Okay, so let's try applying quadratic formula for this. To apply the quadratic formula, we have to identify this a, b and c. Okay, a, b and c. So a is the coefficient of x squared. Okay, so here a is 1, coefficient of x squared. B is the coefficient of x term is missing here, that means b is 0, and c is the constant term, which is minus 4. Okay, now if we plug into the formula, here I forgot the 2a term. Okay, minus 4ac over 2a. Okay, so now if we plug into the formula here, I get x equals minus b 0 plus or minus b squared minus 4ac. b is 0, 4, a is 1, and c is negative 4, divided by 2a. a is 1. Okay, so here negative 4 times 4 is positive 16. Here we get positive 16 over 2 plus or minus, no? So if I take the square root, I get plus or minus 4 over 2 plus or minus 2. That means x equals plus 2 or x equals minus 2. So it's same as this solution, no? So now we will write a program to solve quadratic equations using the quadratic formula. Okay, so let's look at an example here. So we are going to create a function. Okay, so function will take a, b and c, will pass the results. Okay, so let's type here. So we have to start by typing the definition keyword to define a function. Here I will be using square root function from math to take the square root. Okay, so I will do here in import math as m. Okay, let's import math as m. Okay, so we will use that math as m. Okay, now we will start the definition of the function with def keyword. We will say quadratic equation. Here we need to use underscore. Okay, and here we will have three variables a, b, and c. So the three parameters here. Then here we have to put the colon sign. Okay, now we will say two roots. Okay, we will find the two roots separately. So x1 equal to minus b. We will find the first minus root. So minus b minus 4 b squared minus 4ac inside the square root. No? So I will have to use m. Here I intended to use m, not math, then it's easier here. No? M dot sqrt, this guy. Okay, inside the function we will write b squared 2 stars, sorry, this b is b 2 stars for square minus 4 star a star c, everything divided by 2 star a. Okay, so this is for x1 root by the minus term, and to get the root by positive term we will write the same thing. x2 minus 4ac, here I have to have plus term. Okay, plus term. So now I will write, since we didn't use the return statement still, we will say print. Okay, here I will use a equation x1 equals x1 and two equals 2. Okay, and here I close the bracket. So that's all. Okay, so let's try to run it and see. Okay, but if I don't call the function, it will not do anything. So for the solve the equation we had, we have to call the function outside of the function. So we have to call this outside of the function. So I say quadratic equation, see it's showing already the function. So this a is 1, no, and b is 0 and c is minus 4. So if we run this equation, if we run this program, okay, the code here something is okay, I used 2 code here by mistake, sorry. Okay, so let's run this and see. Quadratic equations are x1 equation are x1 equals 2 and x2 equals 2. Okay, so here it worked, no? It gave the correct solution for the equation. Okay, and if we look at x squared minus 5x plus 6, that should be 2 and 3, no? So x squared is 1 minus 5x, so b is 6 and b is minus 5 and c is 6. So if I run this equation, 2 and 3, no? So it's working. Now let's check what happens if we give a, so this is about talking the positional arguments, okay? This is about passing positional arguments, no? A, B, C, okay? So now let's see what happens if we change these two, okay? So we had this 0 and this minus 4. Now what happens if I change this 0, A0, this one 1 and negative 4. Okay, let's look at the results. Okay, division by a 0. Okay, so here we got an error, 0 division error. Okay, so let's look at the this thing again. What happens when a is 0? It's not a quadratic equation, no? When a is 0, it's bx plus c, it's a linear equations. So we cannot apply the quadratic formula. So if I try to use the quadratic formula, here a becomes 0, no? Because it's a0, b1 and c4. Okay, so in this situation, this term goes away, it's not a quadratic equation. Bx plus c is linear. So if we try to use quadratic formula here, plus or minus, here I get b is 1, so 1 minus 4, a is 0, c is minus 4. In the denominator 2a we get a 0, so we cannot divide by a 0. Okay, so that's why it's giving a float division by 0 error. Okay, so here instead if I pass this like this, b equals 0, here if pass like this, b equals 0, a equals 1 and c equals minus 4, then it give again the solution for this, because then a1, b0 and c negative 1. So this is passing values by keywords. Okay, so this one is just passing values by position. Okay, so here it's not a problem if we pass in the correct order. By if we mistakenly pass this 0 first, then we get 0 division error. Okay, so if you are passing by position, you have to make sure you pass the variables in correct order. You have to be careful. It's not that of a big thing, so you can pass arguments by position or by using the keyword methods, where in the keyword method we specify specifically, we say what is this is b, no? 0 is b and a is 1 and c is negative 4. Okay, so this is Okay, so what if we have this program and someone try to pass a linear equation for this one, setting a to 0, then the program breakdowns, no? So we have to fix that anyway. Okay, so this is, we are going to be over the scope little bit here. So we are done with discussing passing by value and passing by keyword and passing by positions. Okay, remember, passing by position, we just give the values and it get assigned by position, and if we pass by keyword, we will specify to what variable we are passing. Okay, now here for the situation is 0 is better to put a check here, no? So I will say if a is equal to zero, sorry, this I am using double quotes because I am using comma here, quote here. Equation. Okay, else we solve the equation like this and print the results. Okay, so in this situation I can have to move them, indent them, okay, by 4 spaces. Okay, because they are inside the else pass. So now I can give a linear equation, let's say equation. So here for a I give a 0 value intentionally, b let's give 5. So this is 5x equals plus 6x equals 0, no? Now if I run this one, it says not a quadratic equation. And if we give a correct quadratic equation, quadratic equation, let's say 0 and -4, just -4, solutions -2 and +2. No, so it's working for now, quadratic equations and this. Okay, what if we make this a +4? Then it's get complex, no? It's not real solutions, but it becomes complex here. Okay, so let's see what happens. Okay, math domain error. Okay, so for square root function we cannot pass a negative value. Now it's giving a domain error. Okay, so for this case we can put another if statement here. If we can check b squared minus 4ac, no? b square minus 4ac less than 0, we will have type that no, so print no solutions. Okay, so here I will print solutions. Okay, here else, I find the solutions. Okay, so this one again I have to indent to get inside the else. Okay, so I'll do a tab here, and a tab here. So here, okay, for this one now no solution. See, no real solutions. Better say real, no real solution. Now for this one it will say no real solutions. Okay, and if we give the correct one, not correct one with the real solutions, it will still work. Okay, so now our program is completed. Here we discuss about passing variables by position and by keywords, and also we look at using a if statement in nested if inside a function and how to indent. Okay, so hope these are clear. So see you in the next video.